In this episode, we're going to take a look at a popular Atlas Earth topic, that is tier jumping, from a different perspective. That is, what is the cost to the average player if you decide not to tier jump? Also, I found an interesting piece of information on the Atlas Earth website when I was going over something on it today, and I'm going to share that with you. If this sounds interesting or slightly intriguing, please stand by. Hey, all you Atlas Earthlings, welcome back. Bronze Dragon here saying, hey, thanks for dropping by. I do appreciate your time. If you continue to like my Atlas Earth content, please like and subscribe, and let me know how I'm doing in the comment section. Okay, with that said, for those that are new to the channel, you might have been surfing around YouTube looking for maybe mobile apps to make a little bit of money on the side. That's what Atlas Earth is, and I've been playing it for a little bit over 4 months now, and I just wanted to provide a brief synopsis here. So you get into the app, you collect land parcels, you get rent off the land parcels. To collect those land parcels, you do things that you would probably usually do on your phone anyway, play games, things like that. So if you're interested in this type of game and you want to make a little bit of money on the side, check out my referral link in the show notes. If you use that, you get 200 free Atlas bucks when you hit your 11th parcel, which is basically 2 parcels of land or 1 badge. And along the way, I also get 100 out of it too. So it's a win-win proposition with you getting twice as much as I do. So if you want to start playing, I appreciate it. Okay, so just jumping in, a short update because there's not a big update for me because I'm still, I'm almost there. As you can see, my total, excuse me, I'm at 6,873 Atlas bucks. My goal is 7,000. Most likely my next Atlas Earth themed episode will be me doing my tier jump. That is buying 70 parcels of land, which should be pretty interesting at very least to see what I get. And that is kind of part of the topic of this discussion. But I'm almost there, so my next episode should be me doing the tier jump. We can see that I'm still at the 150 mark. Like I said, I've been playing for a little bit over 4 months. I'm at about $66, and you can see my distribution of rarity of parcels of land there. And I am at the 15% boost mark in my passport. So if you're keeping track, that's where I am. Now, the main topic here in this episode is the opportunity cost of waiting to tier jump. So this is talked about a lot, and I've done several episodes on this. The term tier jump in Atlas Earth means that at certain points, you will lose money. You will lose rent money if you go over a certain amount of parcels because your boost rate goes down. And we've covered this. If you haven't checked that out, check my videos on my channel. There's one 3 or 4 ago that goes over all of the boost tiers. But the idea is to stay at certain levels and not go over that. Otherwise, you're losing boost. Until you've saved up enough Atlas bucks to go up to at least what's called a break-even point, which means that it might be, so like in my case, I've been sitting at 150 for a while, and the tier jump will be to 220. So it's 70 parcels, and my break-even point is probably in there between 210 and 220 there somewhere. So at that point, I could theoretically not have to jump all the way to 220. If I jumped, say, to 210 or 212, I might be evened out as far as I'm making the same amount of rent as I am now at 150 with 30 times boost versus going down to the 20 times boost with the more parcels. Okay, so that's the idea. And we've talked about this a lot, and it's a frequent topic of discussion on the Atlas Earth Reddit. Now, I saw this, and I wanted to feature it in an episode because I was pretty interested in it because it approaches the topic from a different perspective. And first of all, I want to give a shout out, and I don't know if they're on, I don't know if this person is on YouTube, but GR Badminton Fan on Reddit. Okay, they came up with a question, and I also want to give a shout out to Tasty Wallet, who gave a very informative answer, and that's what I wanted to look at. So here's the question. He says, he or she says, I'm wondering if at Tasty Wallet or someone could do an analysis on the opportunity cost of waiting to tier jump. If I sit at 150 parcels and it takes me X months, how many ever months, to save up to 220, what's the most amount of time I can sit at 150 before it would have been worth it to continue buying parcels up to 220 and not waiting? And here is Tasty Wallet's reply. And he's using the Atlas Earth calculator, which I've featured in various episodes, and I always leave a link in my show notes in case you want to check it out and you don't know about it. This is what it looks like. You input the rarities of your different parcels and the numbers. You input the numbers of badges. You input basically all your factors, how many hours a day you boost, etc. And then it comes up with numbers and basically gives you suggestions on what to go ahead and do next when you're playing Atlas Earth. Okay, let's go back to the answer. Okay, so that's the tool he used to come up with this answer. And he says, using a slightly less than average distribution with one badge. So using a little bit less than average distribution of parcels of rarity of parcels rather, and then one badge, which gives you that 5% rent bonus. Produces $20.75 on average per month of rent. Now, 211 is the break point for that average of rarities, meaning that you will gain the same amount of rent with the super rent boost that you would lose at 211 parcels. Now, we're going to break it down. I got another slide on this, but I want to go ahead and read through his answers. If I get another rare, or if I get if I buy one more parcel and it's rare, rent it comes down to $14.89 per month, meaning that one parcel is costing you about $5.86 per month. You would need to buy an additional 60 average parcels to make up the difference, which means each parcel not bought is costing you $5.86 divided by 60, or roughly 10 cents per missing parcel per month. And then he breaks it down further, okay? And it's roughly, so for example, if you buy an additional 10 parcels, your opportunity cost is a little bit more than 16 cents per day. Okay, these calculations factor in 24/7 boosting and all 64 hours of super rent boost per month, which is so perfect that if you can do that, more power to you. I try to be as perfect as I can with the super rent boost, but I only end up probably boosting maybe 20 to 22 hours a day. Alongside the unrealistic expectation of average distribution, which means that everybody's going to be slightly different, but pretty much, I've proven at 150, I'm pretty much on it. I'm a little bit over percentage on my rares, but with that said, but this gives you at least a rough estimate. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to my slide. And you can see here, this is basically what he just said, but I broke it down, okay? So you have, and this is considering when once again, 24-hour boost, 64 hours of super rent boost going on. This is considering 150 parcels on average, or slightly below average, will give you about $20.75 of rent per month. Now, when you buy, well, I skipped a line, but 211 is the break-even point, like he said, for that particular distribution. But when you buy one more parcel on top of that 150, and it's a rare, it doesn't really matter what it is. The numbers will be slightly different depending upon what it is. But if it's a rare, which is a little bit over 1.5 times what a common is, that brings your rent down to $14.89 of rent per month. So just buying that one extra parcel loses you $5.86. Now, it does take, he noted that it takes about 60 average parcels to work your way back up to where you were as far as rent goes. Each parcel below the break-even point roughly costs you about 10 cents per month, okay? I thought that was completely interesting, so I wanted to go ahead and throw it out there for you. Okay, my other little tidbit here is that I have to do a little bit of a retraction, because in one of my previous videos, I noted that France and Germany would fall under the international chart for boosting. And on my part, I said that because that's what one of the moderators on the Reddit said, but things have changed. And this is what I noted. You can go over to the Atlas Earth website and check this out. It's under the help section. They give, basically, these are the charts that dictate and show you where your boost levels come in at what number of parcels and give you some averages of rent. But we've looked at this before. The interesting part is they've updated it. Now, the international, what was previously called international chart applies to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, South Africa, Great Britain, and Ireland. Okay. Then we know they had a separate chart for Mexico, but they've busted it out and made a whole separate chart, making this increasingly more harder to wrap our minds around. France and Germany is in that chart. And look here, South Korea. And what's this I spy with my little eye? Japan. Japan is not even on their list of things they're working on. But, you know, if they're going to go to the trouble of putting it here in a chart, that's telling me that's next on the list. So this has been Bronze Dragon. I hope you've gotten a little bit out of this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Ring that bell, all that good stuff. I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy. And I will see you in Atlas Earth.